episode with the tie-dyed 4 deck. I am pretty excited about tonight. I don't know about you, but I had a long day, and just hanging out with a friend just sounds pretty nice right now. So let's take a quick run through these cards and begin our night. Sound good? Sweet. I hope you've been well, of course, if I didn't say so already. I'm already feeling a bit tired right now, so it seems like good fun for now. So right off the bat, there is some bend in these cards, not terribly durable, but we can work with it. Let's give it 2 more face shuffles and then 1 more face down before our first game. Excellent. Alright, so tonight is going to be pretty relaxed, of course. And I am ready to begin. Actually, before we get into some little things I wanted to talk about, just wanted to let you know, if you haven't noticed, I've been adding some good starter decks in the description. You could go to eBay to find a good deck. Best chance you have at finding one of these. This one is from eBay. And you could see, I think it's called, like, not sponsored, but I don't know. I forgot what it says. I'm pretty tired right now, but basically, I put decks that you could buy that are a decent deal and good starter decks to begin if you want to start collecting or just have some around. And if you get one of those decks, I get a small, very tiny percentage of it to then put towards our own deck, which will hopefully be out around our 1000th Solitaire video. But who knows? I want to make it as best as I could do it, especially for our first one, as we get to our 3rd ace. And same thing with that link, the eBay link. If you get a deck, you should, if you do it within 24 hours, I would get a small little percentage as well. But it's all about pennies adding up. And I think that's kind of cool. I'm always the type of person that likes to save a coin in the road. It was actually quite funny. So now into a little bit of the story part of the episode. I think about a little under 2 weeks ago, I went out of town to Monterey, California, with my girlfriend, and we wanted to try something a little bit new. So we decided to go to Monterey and have no plan whatsoever. We spent a lot of time walking. I think we probably got at least 25,000 steps. For Americans, that's relatively high for walking. And we ended up sleeping in the car at night off the road, which was a very interesting experience. Actually quite peaceful, parked a little bit away from the ocean. But in that trip, YouTube, pretty much saying, thank you for being a small creator, triple sevens to our negative stats. And here is lunch on us. Get yourself a free small pizza from Domino's. So they emailed me a $15 Domino's gift card. And I thought, hey, what the heck? I've never had it, but maybe one time out of town or when I'm really hungry, I could try it out. So, I had the first Domino's pizza ever, and it wasn't too bad. They have a nice garlic seasoned crust that was fairly enjoyable with the simple pepperoni to get a gauge what they have to offer. And what was crazy, large pizzas in California typically cost about $18 to $29. And I was expecting to pay like $15 or so since it was Domino's. And there was a special. My girlfriend looked up the specials and there was a, I think, $6 large pizza for one topping. And we both thought, sweet, we have ourselves dinner at about 10:30 at night. Let's go park and chow down. So we were first in a rush to go to a Ross because we wanted to put some of those windshield protectors for some privacy. And the Ross that was next to the Domino's closed in about, I think, 12 minutes. So we were counting the minutes from when our pizza came out, quickly drove to the Ross, and got our windshield protectors. Trust me, it connects. After that, we just ate some pizza in parking lots, then going through the town of Monterey for a bit. And it was pretty good. So fast forward to last week. We were going, I think, just doing some regular shopping, and I found a dime on the floor, and I thought, ooh, cool. A dime. Typically don't see that. And I thought, you know what, I always pick up the pennies. I think I had about 13 cents in my pocket from just coins I found on the floor. And it came into play later, because when we ordered Domino's back in my hometown, there was another sale for a large pizza, but the gift card only covered like 99% of the price. We owed 11 cents after the gift card was finished, and I had 13 cents in my pocket, and I thought, how perfect is that? So that was a pretty cool experience, finding a dime and having it be useful, connecting everything to being a little, like having little coins grow to do greater things. So if you want to get a deck, please check that out and let me know what you get. Actually, let's make it even better. 999s on the field, by the way. Send me a picture of the deck you get on Instagram. I love it when I see those pictures as we get our first fat stack. The first deck I bought when I think was in high school was the Blue Dragon deck, and it was one of my favorites and has been ever since. Triple kings and a queen. Does anybody else ever just, when they're out, just look at the floor constantly? Not really looking for anything, but just scanning for like glass or sixes, 5 or 7. Only place for this too. Good games, but not enough to push us over the finish line, but a fat stack to our stats. Anyway, we went over to I think CVS, and we were looking for something, and I found, right upon entering the store, a $20 bill on the floor. And I thought, damn, that is crazy. I've never found that much on the floor. I think at time I found some 5s, but that's about it. Besides maybe a crumpled one. And that was pretty sweet. And it was funny, the same day, I think she went out to, I'm not quite sure because it was the following day, and she went out to get groceries and she found $1 on the floor. She sent me a picture, and I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, let's get on to game number 3. And I've been talking for a bit, so let's start this one a little more quietly. Now I'm kind of curious, what's the most amount of money that you've ever found? Ooh, triple 9s in back-to-back games. We need a black 8 and a red jack. Let's go for this one. That helps, triple 10s. Right now we need a red queen, and that is our third play from our hand. Alright. I'm not sure if we have any red jacks in our hand. I wasn't looking ahead. I was just enjoying the flow of the game. And that's our third play. There is one. Bring that 10. Jump that king to the left. Another 10. Triple 10s once again, my friend. Our third play. Back-to-back turns. Another ace. And you know what? I think we have a good shot if we can get to this card right here. 9. No. Black 3. And we're gonna need 2 to get to that one. Call me crazy. That's our third play. But I don't think we have many kings in our hand. So let's go to this 10 instead. What do you know? It seems that will work, but in chancing a longer game triple queens, we sacrifice a fat stack, as there's nowhere for that 6 or 5. Only play left is that 2. and triplets are beating us down in this one. Let's see what was left. A little surprising. Casino shuffle time. Alright. Game number 4. And while we get into this one, let's give this deck its rating. So, weakest part about this deck is its durability and handling. You can't quite tell, but the cards do glide a bit. They aren't too thick, they're a bit on the thin side. Let's see if you can hear it. Yep. The back design is nice, but it has a little bit of that not symmetrical look, but it's not too bad. I want to give it more, but I think a 6.5 is fair for this one. So many doubles to start this one. Triple sevens, dang it. It felt like that was just inevitable at that point. Wow. Well, you know what? For those of you wanting to enter the secret deck for tonight, just comment 777 to resemble all of the repetitious cards there have been tonight. And once again, just leave a comment of 7777, a name you would like on your card, and a doodle to make your card extra special. We have, I think, about under 10 cards of the deck filled up, and it's gonna be fun, as it looks like we have reached the end, or did we, of this game. Let's find out. Thorough check. Now we're for that 4. Now we're for that 10. Now we're for that 10. 5. 9. Black jack. A 2. And you know what? We have second life. But for how long? is the question. For a little bit is the answer. Let's go to this one. Drop that one. And you know what? Let's wait on that one. Because if you remember, we start with that one. Last chance. Still with a quartet of sevens. Nowhere for that jack. Somewhere for that six. Somewhere for that six. And that five. Oh wait, there we go. And that five. And that four. And that's it. We've exhausted every play from our hand. Now for that jack 10 or 9. That is it. Tough luck in this episode. Let's see what is next beneath. Surprisingly, no triplets, but a lot of doubles. Let's go. 8 shuffles, 4 front, 4 back. For our final game. Let's do it. Of course, the culprits of last game already representing. Black 8, come on. I think we'll get it. I think we will start with a black 8 because our luck has been pretty poop. There's still a chance. There is not a chance. Okay. We could still pull a black 8 though. That's a red 8. And there is our black 8. So early we can put down our king. Our third play. Doubles on the field. And we have to wait for you. Don't tease us. We've been through enough tonight, solitaire gods. Have some mercy with your outcomes. We've had good games. Let's end high on 1 before we are done. Another 7. Luckily, next round we have an answer for that. Almost immediately. Triple 2s. Repetition once again. Fat stack number 2. let's go this one because I know what's starting. Oh my gosh, 4 2s. That is why we wait. If you are paying attention though, that's it. There is a chance of that what shall not be named. And I don't think there's much of a chance after all. Nowhere for that king. Nowhere for that 6. Nowhere for that king. And lastly, nowhere for that 6. How cruel is that? It doesn't even matter. Again, 2 2 2 2. Nothing to do. 2 fat stacks at least, but a brutal night. I guess it's more of a tragedy. We had a lot of good games, but ultimately just not good enough. So that, my friend, was the tie-dye, I believe, 3 deck for a fun one. It was fun. Despite the results, it always is. With that, I hope you have yourself a relaxing remainder of your night. Many sweet dreams. Kick tomorrow's butt. Keep on doing your best.